Heath, it's 10:30. What have you been doing all day? Why hasn't there been a video? What's the deal? Well, the day's not over yet, my friend. Though it surely will be before this video is up. Okay, so what have you been doing today? Well, we woke up and got bagels. I love breakfast food so much. Then after bagels, we dropped my sister off. She's going back to college today. I went to the art museum. And it was family day. Oh boy. Don't you love family day? Because it's always so packed that you can't actually enjoy anything that's there. And then what did you do, you ask? Okay, so I just did a bit for like 20 minutes and it didn't record, so that's really cool. This happens to me all the time, I swear. Not having a screen that folds around or any like sort of indicator for me looking here at the lens is such a big problem because it's not going to be as good as it was the first time because I'm trying to just remember and say what I said before. Okay, so I was talking about my name, or I was talking about what I was doing with my day. We were talking about lunch, and then I was talking about, they asked me my name, and they wrote Keith, which, that's annoying. I get that a lot. A lot of people think my name's Keith, or they ask if I like Heath bars, which I don't know why you should care so much. I don't understand how that's such an interesting question to you. Do you like Heath bars? Is that your favorite thing that you've ever eaten in your entire life? No, I don't think so. They're just kind of like this thing that like not that many people like, because do people like English toffee? I don't really think so. This is America. Like, people don't really eat English toffee that much, and where are Heath bars everywhere and like convenience stores and stuff like that? Maybe they're there, but like they're like two. So that's stupid. So Keith, that one, it's not my name, but I can understand how it's pretty close. One time, though, I was at a smoothie shop with some friends. They asked my name. I said Heath, like the candy bar. Or no, I said Heath, and then he's like, what was that? I said Heath, like the candy bar. You know, because maybe I don't like that question, but it does get people to kind of understand what my name is, and like the spelling's the same, so it works out. He writes E-I-T-H. You thought that one was bad? Well, strap in, because this one is even worse. One time I went to Chick-fil-A. Yes, Chick-fil-A, ladies and gentlemen. The American revered Chick-fil-A. The American revered Chick-fil-A. Chicken. We eat more chicken. Why is their mascot a cow? Yes, okay, so this is Chick-fil-A, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not trying to destroy your opinion of Chick-fil-A, but also, what? So, if you don't know, when you go to Chick-fil-A, you order your food, you sit down, they bring you your food over because you have like this little tub that has like a thing on it. It's like a sticker, maybe like cookies. Mine was cookies in this example, and it was like a blue tub. They bring my food over, and then there's a ticket with your food that says what your food was, what like your container was, so the person can find it, and then it says your name. And then I didn't really look at my name because I don't really care. I don't need to look at my ticket or whatever. I know what I'm eating. I saw that it was the right thing, so I just ate it. So my friend looks at it, because I was with a couple friends. I was actually with the same friends from when the EITH incident happened. So she looks at my ticket, she says, Pete. And then I don't really think anything of it, because I thought she just said the name Pete out of nowhere. I wasn't looking at the ticket as well, and she didn't like hold it up or gesture to it or anything. She just said the name Pete. So I was like, that's kind of weird, but you know, whatever. A little while passes, probably like 11 minutes. 11 minutes later, I like looked down at my ticket, and my ticket, they thought my name was Pete. Heath. Pete. Heath. Pete. Heath. Pete. Heath. Pete. They're not similar names. Maybe if you were like a rapper or a poet, you could like force it to rhyme. But it's not even close, man. Come on. Okay. And then I was talking more about stuff like what I did, went to the mall, got shoes, and then dog park, and dog got in a fight. Oh, we went to a bookstore, and then I was talking about how they have like a film section in this bookstore. Well, they have like an art section, and there's like a little bit for film, but they actually have like better film books than most bookstores do. And there's also not really any like bookstores around, and I feel like looking for books online is so awful because you never know what you're looking for. It's like you go into a bookstore and you like see something that catches your eye and you're like, okay, but there's not that dynamic online. You're not like just scrolling through Amazon and you're like, oh, hey, maybe I'll get that. I need like a virtual book. I need a VR store is what I need. VR, guys, make VR shopping a thing, and then like you go and you find what you want and like how it looks. If you're like shopping for pants for something, you can like pick it up, you can look at it, and then you can add it to your cart, and then afterwards you just pay and you do it. But like it gives you the experience of shopping, and you see things. There's like categories and stuff, you can go to it, you can, I don't know, that would be so amazing. And it sounds like that's dumb. Why wouldn't you just actually go shopping? Well, because there's not any bookstores around anymore, dude. God, you're an idiot for asking that question, man. Anyway, okay, so there's films things, and then there's a book on Wes Anderson, and I didn't get it, but I'm gonna go back and get it probably. Oh, and then I was saying, okay, yeah, Wes Anderson is my favorite director. So I was gonna tell you top few favorite directors. We'll do top 3 for right now. Maybe I'll do a more comprehensive list on directors, my opinions on different directions, stuff like that later. That could actually be an interesting video, okay? In the future. Okay, so number 1 was Wes Anderson. As I was saying, he's my favorite director. His aesthetic is so different from every other director's. They're so different, it's so good. He's making a new movie that comes out on April 4th called Isle of Dogs. Go see it. It's claymation, it's like Fantastic Mr. Fox, a family movie. People say that you can identify a Wes Anderson movie just from one frame, and I think that's true, and it's awesome. His aesthetic is so interesting, and it's different, and it's consistent almost every single time, but it's not tiring. It's different, it's mixed up from what it is. It's like Moonrise Kingdom's got the colors of blue and yellow. The Grand Budapest Hotel is kind of like brown and pink, or like this light purple and pink. You got The Adventures, or The Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou, which is blue and yellow, and it's just like all these things, but like you have this color that like follows through the entire movie, and it really makes for an interesting thing. The shots are almost always in Moonrise Kingdom, like you look, the center, or the focus is like right center frame. The camera is always on a tripod sliding, it's never being held, it's never shaky. The pans are so precise, and then everything, when you turn to another thing, it's exactly 90 degrees. It's never like a small turn. It's always like perfectly to the next thing. It's like geometric. It's amazing. Number 2, Alfred Hitchcock. Alfred Hitchcock is amazing, not only because a lot of his movies are fantastic, but also because I feel like he's a filmmaker who just had these ideas, and he was like, I bet I could make a film with this like challenge. And to kind of explain that, I'll use the movie Rope for an example. The movie Rope is a movie where he tried to make it like a play, where there would be no cuts between shots. And at the time, you couldn't really do that because you had to shoot on rolls of film, which you could only shoot for 10 minutes at a time. But every time there was that, they would just switch it back in and then keep filming. But then there's also Rear Window, where the whole thing takes place from a bedroom window. That's just... and he makes these amazing things with like this one idea. It's like someone said, I bet you couldn't make a movie just from one room, and then he's like, bet, and then he just like throws out the best movie ever, and then like everyone else just doesn't even know what to do. They didn't like, just get out of here, everyone else, because Alfred Hitchcock's coming in and doing this stuff. He's in like all of his movies, and Psycho like defined the whole genre. There's like that one scene in Psycho was like 72 shots, and it's like 2 minutes long. It's so good. Coming in at number 3. Not worse than numbers 1 or 2. I just prefer numbers 1 and 2 a little bit more. It's very difficult to make a list of my favorite directors because there are so many that are so good. Number 3 is Quentin Tarantino. Quentin Tarantino's movies are so interesting. He's actually making one apparently right now, I think with Johnny Depp. I don't remember exactly what it's about. But his movies are always so different, and then he always pays homage to so many different other movies. I haven't seen all of his movies. I haven't seen all the movies of any of these directors. Pulp Fiction, a fantastic movie telling like 3 stories, but about one story and how it all intertwines. It's so different. It's like the movie Crash, but it came out before Crash, you know. The Hateful Eight, bringing it hard, so different, taking place all in one place, all so character based and driven, and it's so interesting and different and unexpected. Every single twist that actually happens is a surprise. Django, where you have this violence, you have this real thing like racism, or in Inglourious Basterds you have anti-Semitism, stuff like that. And it's just bringing a real theme and kind of bringing his emotions into it, but then making it funny, making it interesting to watch, and putting just like a new twist on it, which is always so great. Each of these directors' styles are so different than any other director, and I think that's what I like the most about them. There's my top 3 directors. It's 11:01 right now. I really need to start editing this video, so I'm gonna end it here.